Now it's time to develop the Automat Proxy class. Previous movie we developed the Automat Server class. The Automat Server can be installed anywhere around the world, and when it's running, the Automat Proxy can connect to it and ask it to execute Automat methods. And the Automat Proxy object is going to be connected to the client code. It will look like an actual Automat object to the client code. That's the way proxies work. They work as surrogates or stand-in for the actual object. Behind the scenes, the Automat Proxy will be connected to the Automat server using sockets on the internet, as you see. And so now our goal is to build the Automat Proxy, having already built the Automat server. So the Automat Proxy is going to connect to the Automat server, send it the names of the methods that we want the server to execute, and then receive the text back from the Automat server and display that text. Okay, so, and from the client code's point of view, it will look like we're working with just an Automat object, where in fact we're actually working with a proxy. That's the idea behind proxies. They work as surrogates or stand-ins for other objects. Okay, so I'm going to work with create the Automat Proxy class now. The Automat Proxy class, the big point is, of course, the big issue is connecting to the server on the internet. It's going to create a new socket, a new Java socket, looking for that port. That was the port we used in the server, and I'm going to use this IP address. This IP address just means the local machine. You can use any IP address you want, so you're connecting over the internet from the proxy to the server, printing out a message connecting. Then we're going to get an in object from the sockets, the connected sockets get input stream method, and an out object from the sockets get output stream. I'm going to convert that to a print writer for ease of use. So the in object will handle text coming in from the server, and out object will handle the text we want to send to the server. I'm also going to launch a new thread, and that new thread will handle the incoming text. Okay, so there we have it. We've connected to the server and the Automat server, and we're going to now write the Automat methods that the Automat Proxy will support. When, for example, the client code calls the GotApplication method, we want to send the text, the message GotApplication to the server. You do that with the out.println method. This out object is connected to the server. You say out.println GotApplication. That sends the message GotApplication to the server, which means that the server should run the GotApplication method on it and send back the results to us, which we're going to get with the in object. The checkApplication method of the proxy is going to just connect to the server and send the message checkApplication, and the actual checkApplication method will be run on the server. The same thing with the rentApartment method locally. The proxy is going to connect to the server and send the message rentApartment. And when the server gets the message rentApartment, it's going to run the rentApartment method and send back the results to the proxy. How do you handle the results that have been sent back from the server? You do that in another thread, and that's going to be the run method to handle another thread. You're going to use the in objects read method to read characters coming back from the server across the internet. And in this case, what's going to happen is we're going to print the characters coming back from the server. So in other words, you call a method on the server by sending it a text message that says has the name of the method to run, and the method is then run on the server, and the results are sent back to you, and the results are going to be printed out. As you see here, systemout.print, and the current character is going to be printed, and that way we're able to communicate across the internet with the server. So the proxy is now able to send messages to the server. You see here, the rentApartment method sends the message rentApartment, and when the rentApartment method is run on the server, it's going to send back the response of the results of running that method, and that's going to come back in the in object on the proxy. And then you can read what's being sent to you from the server and put that into a variable named character, print that out, and then we're going to print out, using a while loop, print out the entire message coming from the server. So now we have created both server and proxy, and the next step is to put them both to work as we connect to an Automat server using an Automat Proxy and make sure that we've actually got this proxy working.